Hey, what's up, my construction entrepreneurs? Tyrone Jones here with the Construction Entrepreneur School and Services. Hey, on this video, I want to talk or chat about a few things: stress, depression, hesitation, right? Anxiety, um, letdowns, everything we deal with as owners. And I don't think we allow this space to be talked about enough. I think as a entrepreneur, and mainly I'm speaking as a contractor, but I definitely call myself an entrepreneur. Very creative, thinking new ways to think outside the box, figuring out different solutions, different ways of doing things. And that's why I think that puts me into this entrepreneur realm of identity or title. So, you know, I've dealt with depression. I've dealt with, confidence. I dealt with dealing with issues. I dealt with blows. I dealt with some recent blows that are just knocked down the average person. But you keep going. And in this game, you're always dealing with blows. Whatever you're dealing with a homeowner that's giving you problems. And sometimes you can get problems that just doesn't make any sense. You're like, what in the world is going on here? But you gotta understand this. One, you have to let go of your ego. You have to let go of your ego. And I had to learn that the hard way. I picked up a lot of qualities from a mentor I had a couple of years ago, and he was approaching situations. He was non-confrontational, and I was very confrontational. I'm going to call you a dummy, stupid. You don't know what you're talking about. Shut up. You're talking too much. I mean, I don't care if it was the superintendent, the project manager, the owner. I will let them have it, and I'll burn relationships, and I'll just go out there and bid and get more, and it's definitely not the way to do it. And I wasn't doing it to everyone, but I was doing it to enough. One is enough. And I was not handling those situations properly. Was not. And a lot of you guys probably can see this. And for the ones that are out there still doing it, stop. I just had a chip on my shoulders for, I don't know why. Because I knew what I was talking about, knew what I was doing, been at this thing for a long time, maybe. But I had to, once I corrected that and started approaching these problems differently, because we always have problems. As you guys know from my videos, you guys see I do a lot of public works. I deal with issues all the times with not getting paid on time. A lot of my public works jobs, I'm out, 120-day net on these jobs. So you got to carry a lot of costs, and it can get frustrating at times when you may have hiccups in the road. Paperwork is not done right, or someone's not doing their job, and it affects you getting work done, or your guys working out there on the job site. Things are not clear. Things were not clarified on times. I mean, there's so many things. And they can lead to bigger issues, smaller issues. Now, I still can go off at times, but when you do go off, you have to realize the consequences and backlash and the repercussions. You have to weigh that all out. And a lot of times, those are the things that lead us down to the road of being stressed out, being depressed, anxiety. And a lot of times it takes so long to get to that, we don't even realize it's our fault. I'll tell you again on that one. Sometimes the issues be our fault, but it takes so long to become a major issue for us to recognize it we don't see it as our fault, right? But kind of like divorce, right? For you guys that's out there went through a divorce before, I've been through a divorce. Um, divorce takes years to happen, right? It starts with smaller things, and then 3 years down the road, you don't even know who really you only blaming each other who started it. You forgot who actually was the problem sometimes, and that's what it is. But once you get into that funk of dealing with the stress or the worry or lack of financials or lack of manpower, lack of equipment, lack of 30-day net accounts. I mean, there's so many issues. You have to be creative in this situation and give yourself time to think of the solutions. There's always another road. One of the things I do to help me get out of the box is I go on walks. I used to do videos on my walks years ago. Yeah, I used to do videos on my walks years ago. And doing those walks is where I will talk out a lot of things and come up with solutions, the next steps, different things that I need to do to push different jobs, different people, or different groups in different areas, or even myself, for that matter. But walking was my thing, and clearing my head and kind of thinking about this and remembering about everything that has happened, everything that has not happened, everything that is, beneficial, or the pros and cons. I think about all those things, and then I say, hey, this is going to be my next move, and let's go ahead and go forward. And a lot of times, going at that and making that next move is something that you may not have done before, and it's frightening, it's scary, it's nerve-wracking. A lot of it is not really any of that, but it's nerve-wracking. It rattles your nerves. But a lot of times, I just get things out. I think over the years, all the things I've dealt with, I just get it out, and sometimes know how these things are going, most times really don't, but I get it out. And one of the ways I get out things is by saying, what is the worst that can happen if I tell this person this? And I'll play it out. What's the worst that can happen? And a lot of times the worst thing that can happen is that person just tells you, no. That's it. Or, no, it can't happen. Or sometimes they would, cuss you out and then tell you no, right? Well, that's the worst that can happen. Okay, we move on from it. Man, we got business to do, man. That's okay. Hey, my bad. Thought that would work, but let's go. What about this? Can I do this then? Just trying to figure things out, man. Sometimes things work in one area. Sometimes things doesn't work in another area. You figure it out, man. But get yourself into a space, or find what triggers you. Find out what triggers you to put you into that space to be creative for solutions. Find out what is that? What do you have to do? Is that, going to go smoke a cigar? I like smoking cigars now. Is that going to, going to go walk by the beach? I used to go walk by Oceanside, man, and walk on the ocean front there. Is that riding a bike? And nowadays I ride my bike. I got an electric bike that I jump on sometimes and ride. What is it? Maybe it's taking drives, right? Maybe it's taking the kids to the park, whatever it is. Find what puts you into that space to be creative about solutions. And that's how you get out of the funk, man. Getting out of the funk is not years ago. I'm going to let you guys go because I'm going 10 minutes strong on this. But years ago, I used to ignore the phone calls, used to ignore the emails, used to ignore the mail. And, you ignore these things and they go nowhere. So you have to address them, I think, now I have staff. So my staff is my buffer. So I don't have to deal with a lot of phone calls or or emails or things like that, unless they have my email or my direct phone number. Other than that, they got to contact the people that's ahead of me, to get to me. So, hey, so I got a little buffer on that, but still, nonetheless, we still have to deal with these issues and address them and deal with them. And that's what we need to do. That's why we're here in the game, and that's why we need to stay in the game. So find someone that's even yoked to you that you can actually vent to, and share thoughts on and kind of brainstorm with sometimes. But us going and throwing the wife or the husband, boyfriend, girlfriend into this, a lot of times those folks can't even handle what we're dealing with, so we can't fault them to understand what exactly we're going through. And a lot of times when you tell them what's up, they tell you, hey, it's going to be all right. Watch. And you're like, what are you talking about? What do you mean it's going to be all right? I got this mess on my hands. So we have to be careful on who we share that information with. We can't bleed on the sheep, meaning you can't be voicing your problems to your employees and the people that work for you. They don't understand. They're on a different frequency than you are. So find someone that's even yoked that you can shoot it with, and kind of discuss some things, roll some things around, and do what you need to do as far as getting it off your chest, and then figuring out a way to get it off and find a solution. So what's up? So remember this, that someone's always going through something heavier than what you're going through. You can get through it. You just have to find the right solutions or find someone that knows the right solutions. And that's what it's about, reaching out for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. So look, I'm 12 minutes in. I'm going to let you go with this. I can continue on this subject for a long time, but I'm going to let you go. Remember that. You can deal with this. You in it for the fight. This is exactly what you asked for. You want to make the big bucks. You deal with the big things. So my construction entrepreneurs, I'm going to let you go with that. Remember, hustle hard, then hustle harder. Hey, listen, I'm going to let you guys know. Remember, check out my website. It's www.constructionentrepreneurs.net. Check it out. I'll be launching some classes soon. I'm starting to launch quite a bit of videos. I know you guys see me in your feeds. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Catch you on the next one.